land you get usually. I'm pretty sure that ticks were awful anyway. Yep. But it feels nice to finally fucking get that after like 100 FCs of this. I think that's 16 down from Kev and Tix. Pretty good. I mean, for what it is. Go fuck yourself. Oh my god. I would have jumped out the fucking window if I hit that squeeze. It's over. Holy fuck! It's over! Holy fuck! Oh my god, it's fucking over. I can't believe I didn't choke. Holy shit! Holy fucking shit! Oh my fucking god, it's over. Oh my god. No fucking way I didn't choke. Oh my god. How did I not choke? How the fuck did I not choke? I basically completely, like, freestyled that outro. My normal method for it is to just alt-strum basically everything, and I just, on the fly, switched to down-strumming, like, a third of the way through, because I felt like I was gonna fuck up my fretting if I wasn't super intentional about it, which down-strumming can help with. Just every note is just very particular. That is unfucking real I didn't choke. I don't think I will ever understand how I got through that first try on this pace. First things first, this is 49 out of 49 first places on GH1, and more importantly, it is 177 out of 177 Harmonix Guitar Hero first places. 181 out of 181 if you count the PlayStation Magazine GH2 demo, since that was an officially released product, you know, quote-unquote product. I don't really care one way or the other if anybody counts it or doesn't. July 21st. It's done. I mean, obviously there's, especially in this game, an uncountable amount of improvements to be made, but this is it for this engine. And you know, the thing is, it's like, I sort of dived into this because this engine does share a lot of DNA with the GH2 and 80s engine, but this really is its own engine in many, many ways. But speaking of it as a whole, it is the Harmonix Guitar Hero engine, so... The second statistic I want to bring up, though this one isn't nearly as concrete by any means, I have FC'd this song at least past the solo to that half bar probably like 500 times. I'm not even joking. This is one of the absolute craziest scores in the entire series, for sure. I don't think Kev got nearly as much recognition as he deserved for this. Like, this is... I don't even know, man. This is just such an insane feat to go for. Like, the fact that he improved 311.5 to get that extra 200 on Act 2 on his own volition is, yeah, just insane. Obviously, throughout this entire set list, his scores are truly insane. I can't believe this is just over like that. These ticks are pretty good. I don't even remember what my... I think I was minus 12 or so after Act 2. This is probably the same case with Kev also, but the main place that I realized I was dropping so many ticks was on... It's actually a star power sustain in the solo, an orange sustain that leads into those 16th note descending triplets. Once I started being really conscious of that, my ticks just dramatically improved. I also probably held on to more ticks than were necessary leading into that half bar whammy. That was just a really awkward thing to decide, like, where to let off this blue, because if I let it off too early, I'm risking, you know, missing the record, and that would have been a whole new level of heartbreak, missing first place. Like, even tying it would have been perfectly fine, but missing first by ticks on this just would have absolutely killed me. I didn't even have the nerve to check what my ticks were after the half bar, and for a while I was feeling like really doom and gloom about this because that whole thing was just going through my mind. Even if you pull this off, you could miss it by ticks, especially because my first half bar run, which I got probably earlier than I deserved, 311, 544, those ticks were behind Kev, and I didn't even have many nerves going into the last act because I knew I wasn't on pace. because of the second act front end red flame overlap. So there I was thinking the whole time, if I'm not even getting good enough ticks on a run like that, like trying to capitalize on this pace is just, I don't know. But a couple days ago, I finally scrubbed through that run, and I realized that was actually where I realized the mid solo tick drops, and I saw my pace both after the solo and after the half bar, and they were around 40 to 50 worse than on average when I just failed the half bar. So yeah, that made me feel a lot more optimistic about this, because also I was practicing the outro on the practice ISO, and I was actually trying to ingrain the muscle memory for using extended hit window on that last act, just to try to avoid that situation of missing it by ticks. But there's just no way in hell I would have been able to execute that. So all in all, just thank God I went back, reviewed that stuff, and found out how to clean this up. I mean, 311.8 is pretty awesome. From here, at the very least, 312.2 is possible. I have hit the first act double, but there was absolutely no way that I was A, committing to anything ever so slightly more difficult than this path required, and B, that I would stonewall myself behind an act like that when I have the rest of this ridiculous shit to go. I would have to get substantially more consistent with the half bar to ever consider going for 312 on this. And in addition to that, if the nearly ideal half bar act is possible on the red before the green, I actually tried that act once, because the next time I hit the half bar on an FC run was another run where I red flamed the second act front end. So I just had to go for it, and I missed it on the back end. So don't know if that's possible or not. If it is, then 312.4 would be, but again, zero ambition of pushing this further, I don't think. It's just one of those things, it's just indescribably difficult mentally to deal with, because it's just all hinging on this one specific section on that half bar, and just go through hours and hours and hours and just never find it, and it just feels like it's never gonna happen. And the bigger pain point in addition to that is the just the general difficulty of this song. There were periods where I could FC this song, not even joking, like either 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4 runs. But then I would hit a wall, mainly with those stupid fucking intro triplets. God, those things almost drove me fucking insane. I would just randomly lose consistency with them, and again, that just beats the shit out of you mentally to get stonewalled over and over near the very beginning of the song. Just fucking hell. I think I finally started to figure out in this session really how to get consistent with them, but even still, like, I could try this tomorrow and just not be able to hit them with any consistency, so I don't really feel confident saying that. And it's really sad too, because I was way more consistent with the whole solo than I was those intro triplets for like at least 80% of my playtime with this. The only part of the solo that approached those intro triplets in terms of frustrating inconsistency from time to time is the descending quad right after the 16th note triplets. That gave me such a hard time from day fucking one practicing this. And even in this session, I was still getting hung up on it way more often than I should have been. Again, just going back to that thought of like, it feels like this is just never going to end. I didn't expect this to end today. It's been 2 days since I got Stellar, 3 days since Frankenstein, so overall, got pretty lucky here. This could have dragged on for weeks. And that's, like, I don't think there's a world where I give up on this just because you know, the other part of what made this so fucking hard, especially at this point, was what it meant. Again, not only the full 49 out of 49 GH1 first, but the whole Harmonix library first place. So yeah, I don't think in the long term I would have given up on this or anything, but I also don't know how this would have impacted the rest of my life in the short term. Just constantly having this hanging over my head and knowing I have to come back to this fucking nightmare over and over again. Yeah, just relieved beyond words, like every other time that I get hung up on something like this, that this is over. I've been playing this game exclusively for damn near 2 months straight now. I think like a month and 3 weeks, which isn't the worst, all things considered. It's about a song a day, but still way too long to be playing this shitty, broken, fucking no hyperspeed ass engine. It's done. It's fucking done, man. Alright, hopefully this is the last time I'll ever feel the need to do one of these. This is just going to be a quick run through of all the Harmonix Guitar Hero leaderboards, because obviously this stuff can change over time and I just want a documentation of having done this at some point. I already did this a bit after Get Ready to Rock, but I hadn't uploaded much of GH1 by that point, so I was using a bunch of like pictures to prove the scores, and this should be a lot cleaner. I have the Get Ready to Rock score locally pulled up just in case, but really obviously should not need to include it. So let's start real quick with GH2. I guess there is some of this that I haven't shown off the leaderboards of due to the DLC since the last time that I did this. So all of these second places I'm just gonna highlight, and I have this pulled up. Man, this old capture card looked like shit. Now the Xbox exclusives. DLC. And I'll just go ahead and highlight any songs with major path differences between the two versions that aren't really compatible. Stop is the big one. And this song's path changes don't affect anything, it's all the same timings, there's no whammy changes. But here's that score tied as well. I don't know why I'm showing that, but there it is. Go to A's, nice, quick and easy. And to GH1. Here's Get Ready to Rock. So yeah, did this in GH2. I really assumed that the journey was just gonna end there. I'm a lot more confident that it's gonna end here at the end of this engine and these Harmonix games, but you know, as always, time will tell that tale. But yeah, I just felt it was important to document this.